In France, for example, I think you have 18 or 19 emergency numbers.
Talked to Patrick Janssen from the Antwerp Police about the changes in the control room. The control room, Patrick, was established initially at 2011.
Yes.
Only a few years later, you're already thinking about a new police control room.
Yeah.
So is the current one not okay?
The current one is okay, but we are going to build a new master building, so we have to move our control room to another space. So that's why we are going to give our control room a next generation. So
okay, so good reason to come with new technology into the control room.
Yes, it is. It is. What we see now, we have already integrated some technologies like track and trace, ANPR, CCTV. But what we miss is an integrated platform for our operators to work with on an intuitive way. That's what I'm looking here to find.
Because there's a very good opportunity here to talk with vendors, but also to colleagues around the world,
yes.
From police organizations, but also from other organizations like public transport.
It is.
Do you receive a lot of interesting information from the public transport sector or from other sectors?
Yes, we see, because one of the things we are introducing in Antwerp is a ANPR combined with a low emission zone. So we are going to work together with the people of the government to use the same cameras for another purpose, but integrated in one system.
We learned this morning about the M2M, machine-to-machine into the control room. That is something relatively new, is it? How do you look at that?
I think it's going to give us a big goal. One of the big opportunities is that the machine is already doing some algorithms, and the decision maker gains some time to make the correct decision. For instance, when we have an ANPR hit, and the system says, okay, these CCTV cameras are in reach of the vehicle that's driving to town, and it goes automatically, so the dispatcher only has to watch the screens to give the directions to the police officers on the street.
So M2M will be a big part of the future control rooms. Do you think that will grow?
It will grow. It will grow. But I think there has always to be a human decision. That's very important.
Okay. Let's get rid of the technology. Let's go back to the basics. And we talk about the basics with Tero Pesonen and Mladen Vratonjic. The basics of calling an emergency number. That's quite important. I understood that in some countries there are different emergency numbers. Other countries there is only one emergency number. How is that situation in Finland?
Well, we have just 112. Point is that whatever reason you have and you need to communicate with any authority, you call 112.
That's it?
That's it.
Also if a bike is found in the forest?
Well, yeah, that is a bit of a dilemma. Indeed, if I find a lost bike in a forest, I still have to call 112 because that's the number I have.
And the experience is, Vlaam, that it's kind of difficult to recognize a lot of numbers that you have to call. So that's the basics is okay, right? Or not?
The concept of unique European and maybe international calling number is absolutely appreciated. So the number should be one, in my opinion. But we are facing the different situation in European countries, which is amazing for me after so many years of existing of single European emergency number.
And that's what EENA is trying to achieve.
Of course, yes, they are. Well, the other stakeholders, I think, also. In France, for example, I think you have 18 or 19 emergency numbers. If you are on Thalys Express traveling from France to Netherlands, then you have the plate where it is written in emergency. If you are in France, then you call this. If you are in Belgium, you call this. If you are in the Netherlands, you call this, which is nonsense. Yeah?
So after so many years, it's still not.
I agree. When the case of bicycle you mentioned can be not emergency and should maybe be for another number. But then if you introduce one number for non-emergency cases, then you introduce another number if someone doesn't feel well, but he's not sick, but he wants to talk to, I don't know, to priest or someone, then third, fourth number, then you are back in chaos. So it all depends on the skills of call takers and the people who are receiving the call, the procedures, the technology. But get back to your original question, it's all about people, not about technology.
It's about the people. You can have great technology, but the human factor is important part.
Absolutely, I think it really having one 112 number in the nation makes it very clear. You have it in your spine. I have a problem, I need to ask for help, 112, that's it.
It's also, Gert, about internationalization of the thing. So if you travel all over the Europe, it's very important to know that wherever you are, you know only one, you remember one number and you call it in emergency. It's not just about the local citizens, you know.
So still a long way to go.
Yeah, long way to go.
It's still about the basics. You can talk about the technology, you can talk about great new things, you can talk about machine to machine for critical control rooms. It's still about the basics. DefSec is one of these companies out of the field of defense industry. Now, they thought that control room solutions would also be very effective in the public safety market. That's true, is it?
Yeah, that's true. Well, Insta's background is from the military businesses. In Finland, we have been building network-centric command and control systems since the 80s or so.
Yes.
We've been the market leader in that for some time in Finland. Company leaders maybe 10 years ago started looking for the new opportunities because companies usually want to grow. Okay, what can we do with the competencies we have and the components we can? We can take a look at the critical infrastructure and we can take the public safety market because their systems are fairly the same in both of the cases. We set up some business development activities, we made some demonstrations, and we were luckily enough found out that there is a new procurement in Finland, in our home country, for the new emergency response center information system.
Will you be exhibiting at Critical Communications World, these events as well, or not?
Yeah, actually we won the case in 2011. We agreed with the customer that we are going to use our expertise, our back-end components to build a new system, build a new product, to build an Insta product and enter the market with that. The customer was happy about this solution to go forward with it, and since then we've been working tightly with the customer, so the customer is working actually in our premises.